bushel of wheat that my dad did back when he was my age. But the cost of living is a lot more. A candy bar used to cost about 25 or 50 cents when I was a kid. Now it's at least double that. Each generation, I'd say the cost of everything doubles, but the price of wheat doesn't. That means the farmer has to grow twice as much grain to make a living versus the generation before. One way a farmer can do that is by getting twice as big of equipment so he can get over the ground twice as fast. So when I was a kid, this was the size of combines. Today, the headers are a lot of times 3 times wider, and the combine overall is twice as big, so it can get over the ground that much quicker. So one farmer can do that much more work.
And also that.
And also, all of these things are just getting huge.
You must get paid $1 million. And the things that
So that is the question: is how much does a brand new state-of-the-art combine, a full life-size one like this, cost today? About how many dollars?
$2,000.
So we're gonna raise our hands and we'll see. Go ahead. How much?
$3 million.
Less than $3 million. No, I mean that's not too bad a guess actually. Yeah.
Like
Less than $1 million.
50,000.
More than $50,000.
65,000.
More than 65. It's kind of midway between $1 million and the last couple guesses.
500,000.
500,000 bucks. Yes, about $500,000. So my brother's operation just bought a new Case IH combine. They're kind of the red ones out there. About 2 years ago, it was $640,000 for. But it was the biggest one they made with the hillside leveler, so we could go around our steep hills around here. But in general, most farmers are paying about $500,000 if they want to get a new combine. I run an old used one that cost about $2,500. And my dad has one that he lets me use, otherwise I would be forever harvesting with my little one. They cost him about $250,000, about 7 years ago.
Is your dad a farmer?
Last payment this year.
Yes, it is. We'll be paid off.
And then you can get a bigger one.
Then we'll actually,
That's a good
it'll be
idea.
about time to go get a loan again, because it'll be about worn out.
Get another 5 loads.
All right, so some of the other equipment that we run, so the combine is what is used to harvest the crops out there, and they can have different headers on the combine depending upon what crop they're going to harvest. But pretty much all the crops the farmers can grow, the main ones they grow around here, are harvested with combines. Other implements you might see out there on the farm is some people have tillage implements like a disc or a cultivator to till up the land before they plant. Increasingly, farmers around here, so that they don't have to do as many passes across the field, because remember, they're trying to get across as much land as they can so they can grow enough bushels, are doing no-till drills. Not only can you only have to make like one pass over the field to seed, versus people used to have to make several passes to till and then plant. The no-till drills let you keep more residue on the soil surface, meaning you'll learn about this at one of the other stations, more straw on the soil surface, so that if it rains hard, the soil isn't going to run down and run off the fields and into the creek. But the farmer wants to keep the soil in the fields to grow the crops. And the fish people like the soil to stay out of the creeks too. So at harvest time, farmer's going to go along with the combine. They're so expensive, they're going to try to keep it cutting all the time, that a tractor with a bank out wagon is going to come around in the field and pick the combine up on the go. The combine's going to dump the grain into the bank out and then keep cutting along. And the bank out's going to go down to the edge of the field where a semi-truck can come and fill up the semi-truck with wheat. And then the semi-truck's going to go, pretty much all the semis within 100 miles of Lewiston and Clarkston like to come down here to Lewiston and Clarkston with the trucks. Why are all the trucks coming to Lewiston and Clarkston? We have something here along the river that most other places don't have.
We have the giant mill that like produces like grain.
Pretty close. It's not really a mill. They call it something else, but it's those giant silos here. What do they call them? And they can load right onto the river here, onto these big barges. What do they call that place?
Boats.
They load onto boats, but it starts with the P. They could say the blank of Wilma, or the blank of Clarkston, or the blank of Lewiston. What is that word?
The production.
Ooh, so close.
The port?
The port,
Port.
yeah.
Ah!
So we have ports here. We're the furthest inland port on the west coast. So farmers from as far away as North Dakota will haul their grain here on trucks to dump at the ports, and so that it's the least expensive way to get it exported around the world. All right. Thanks.